Hello, this is Sean Saputo for the Lone Star Conference. Thank you for joining us as part of our Lone Star Conference Basketball Online Media Day. Today we are joined alongside head women's basketball coach for Texas A&M International University, Nate Vogel. Nate, first question today. After last year, an 11 plus wins from the first year, in your first year here, 0 to 11 wins. A little bit more about what to expect here in year 2 of your tenure.
Well, we feel like we've, our players have a little better idea on what our culture is, what we expect, what our standards are. We made some big improvements from the year previous, and we expect to make another jump this year. And obviously, really, really tough conference, but we feel like we've upgraded our talent, and we feel like we'll be able to compete, but we'll see.
What are some of those improvements that needed to be made from year 1 into year 2?
So again, it's just a matter of we feel like we have players that fit our system a little better. We had to add some shooting, we had to add some athleticism, we had to add some length, which we feel we've done. We wanted to get, it's kind of an intangible thing, but we wanted to get tougher. We wanted players that were going to dive on the floor, take charges, those kind of things. And based on the practices we've had, we feel like we've done that.
You talked a little bit about the talent that you've brought in with your recruiting class. Talk a little bit about those incoming players and how they're going to make an impact this year.
Well, we have a bunch of them. We have a bunch of new players. We brought back a bunch of players that started for us at certain spots last year, and brought in a bunch of new players that we feel are going to compete for some starting spots and a lot of minutes. I guess I don't want to single anybody out individually just because we haven't played any games, and that's one of our challenges right now is figuring out who's going to get the minutes, who's going to start, and not that the starting spots really matter. We talk about that a lot. It's a matter of what you do with your minutes rather than do you start or do you come off the bench. Shouldn't be a big issue. So we really don't know yet who's gonna step up, and we're excited to figure that out a little bit better when we play next Wednesday.
Tell us a little bit about your returning players, some of them in here for a second year, some for a third year, and a little bit about the leadership role that they hold for the team.
Yeah, so, returning Patricia Jaworska will come back for us, and Jocelyn Gear are probably the two that have been with me the longest. They followed me here from our previous school, so they have probably the best idea on what the heck we're trying to get accomplished, and going back to those standards and expectations. They understand that the best, I think. Eva Langton and Nicole Hain will come back as well. Clara Fernandez is another returner that all played and started for us at some points last season. And then Bree DeLone, she transferred at the semester break last year, so didn't play in any games, but was at practice and saw what we were doing. So we're excited to get all those players back, and again, excited about all the new players that'll join them.
What was one of the most important things that your team needed to focus on improving going into this coming season?
I think toughness was probably the main thing. And I think that's just that was that culture change that we brought in last year. It takes a little bit to kind of solidify exactly what toughness means. I think that's probably a little bit different to every coach and in every program. So I think over the course of last year we got better, but it's not something we got to we didn't get to the point where I wanted it to get to. And so that was probably our main focus to start this year.
And real quick for you, Coach, last question. Talk about a little bit just playing in the Lone Star Conference.
We were talking about this, as we're trying to get our schedule figured out here. That's one thing us and the coaches were talking about. It doesn't really matter what the heck our schedule is, because you're not going to have a game you go into and it's a for sure win. That's not the case in this conference. You're going to have to battle every night. Which is a great thing, because obviously over the course of the season it makes you a better basketball team. we feel like we get some bonus points when it comes to regional ranking time and that kind of thing, because everybody you play is really good, and so you don't have many of those games where it's a walkover game. It doesn't happen in this conference.
All right, that'll do it today for Lone Star Conference Media Day for Texas A&M International University, alongside head coach Nate Vogel. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.